Thank you for being here for today's cleaning video. I have lots of motivation for you today. If you're new here and you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Today we're going to be cleaning out our vacuum cleaner. I'll show you how to get that pesky head off the Dyson. We're also going to be propagating our pothos plant. I'm going to be showing you how to deep clean the booster seat. I'm going to be going through some of the clearance groceries that I've bought. We're going to be making tacos for dinner. And then I also have lots and lots of cleaning. We're also getting rid of our old table set and bringing in a new table set today. So we're going to be setting that up, and again, lots of cleaning. And again, if you like today's video, I hope that you subscribe and like this video. It helps my channel grow. So the first thing that I usually do in the morning is unpack the dishwasher because it just helps the day go smoother when I'm able to put all of the dishes that we've just used into the dishwasher, and I can't do that if there's still dishes in there. So the first thing that I do is unpack. The kids usually help with the cutlery. Today they were doing their schoolwork, so I started doing it on my own, and I'm just going to put everything away. The next thing that I like to do when I'm doing a day of cleaning is to get the laundry going because that can run in the background while I'm doing other things. My yoga mat has been all over the house lately because the kids think it's like a magic carpet and they just leave it all over the house. So first I'm going to clean that up and tidy up some books, and then I'm going to get a load of laundry going so that I can have that running in the background while I'm cleaning. Then I'm going to clean off these stairs here. The people who lived here before us painted these stairs and also the floor downstairs too. They painted the laminate floor. I did get all of the paint off the laminate, but I was unable to get it off the stairs, and it bugs me so much because I know when I'm going to tackle that project, it's going to be hard work because it's not something that comes off easily. I'm going to have to either paint it or redo it somehow. I don't know. I've been avoiding it because I really don't want to. So I'm going to sweep this up here, and I don't know about you guys. If you have kids, do your kids watch you when you sweep, waiting for their toys to be swept up? I remember we had a dog that would do this as well. Every time that I would sweep, the dog would wait for the dust pile and then go nose through it for any leftover food because she got too lazy to go and find it under the table. She would wait until we swept. But our kids also do that. They'll go and look through for Lego first because they know that I don't mess around. If they've left it on the floor and it gets swept up, it goes in the garbage. To be fair, I do it with most of their toys except for Lego because Lego is expensive, so I'll put it somewhere else in the meantime. I won't just put it back in their pile. So now I'm just going to move my coffee over here and go through all of the coats. They do usually put their boots off to the side there, but their coats, they're still too little to hang up in the actual one there. I'd have to put a step stool or something, and there's no way I'm putting a step stool there. I'm just going to trip over it. So I have all of their winter coats there, and then the thinner jackets get hung up on the side, and then they can hop up on there if it's not full of stuff and get their coats. And then next up, I'm going to go through all of the mail and sort it into things that we need to take care of right away, things that are garbage, and things that I can do later on. Now this is our old table set. We got it for free a while ago, and I just bought one for $80 off of the buy sell group. So we have that one in the garage. So I'm going to clean this one up and hopefully give it away for free, hopefully today. If not, hopefully someone will pick it up tomorrow. So I'm going to clean it off and take some pictures so that I can post it. And then I'm going to move everything aside, and I'm going to deep clean this area here. So the walls, the vents, everything that's over there, including the high chair actually too. Anything that's over here is going to be deep cleaned today because it really needs it. I don't know if you have little kids, you know that any of the walls nearby, anything that's nearby, it's like a war zone of food. We don't have food fights or anything, but man, it gets super messy there. So I'm going to be cleaning the walls, just wiping them down, and yeah, just doing a general deep clean in that area, moving that table out, and then moving the new table in and cleaning off the new table. And I didn't want to take the old table apart yet, so I'm going to move it off to the side there. And what a better way to make a blanket for it than just throwing it over a clean table. So I'm going to put the blanket over top there and make a little fort for them so that they can play while I continue on cleaning. You'll see them as soon as this blanket fort is up, they all go running towards it. See, there's 1, 2, 3 on the side there, and number 4 is on top of the table actually. So I'm going to move all these chairs over to the side because we have the baby gate there. There's stairs right to the side. I was going to move them into the garage, but then it's a lot of making sure that the baby's in one place so that I can take them back and forth. So I'm going to wait until my husband's home so that I can move the chairs over. And now I'm just going to vacuum along here and then mop this area and start some more deep cleaning. And this little guy that you're about to see on the screen here loves the vacuum. He thinks he can be vacuuming, so he'll just follow me around everywhere with the vacuum. Okay, this vent here in this wall, you can see it doesn't even show, it doesn't do justice to how dirty this wall actually is. There's just food everywhere. It's pretty nasty. So we're gonna take the vents off, we're gonna deep clean the walls, wipe them all down, get the magic eraser out, and also erase any of the spots that have been stuck on there. So first step, wiping down the walls, and then I'm going to go with a magic eraser over top any of the spots that don't come off. Then I'm going to wipe it down again because if you don't wipe down after the magic eraser, it leaves kind of like a film on the wall. So that's what we're doing here. And my little one thought that he could help out as well. He likes to help out with everything that I'm doing. So he's going to play some music for me here on the vent, and then he's going to help with the magic eraser. We moved in about 1.5 years ago, and there's some things that I haven't deep cleaned yet. Like I've done most of the air registers in the rooms, but I haven't done this one before. So I'm going to take this one off, clean the vent, and ugh, look at that. So gross. So I'm just going to vacuum out as much as I can and clean the vent off and then put it back on, and hopefully it's good for a while longer. To clean this one, I'm going to put it in the sink and start wiping it down with the cloth and soap. And then I'm going to switch over to a toothbrush to get in between those. It's just the easiest way to get in between those areas there because they're so small, you can't really get your fingers in there. Then I'm going to rinse it off, let it dry a little bit, move on to my other stuff, and come back and then put it back on once it's dry. While that's drying, I'm going to move on to this wall here, do the same thing where I wipe it down with soapy water, and then I'm going to use the magic eraser and then soapy water again. Now that the walls are done, I'm going to mop the floors, so always remember to just start from the highest point that you're going to clean all the way down, because if you do the opposite way, you're going to end up having to redo it again. You'll see here that once I brought the table in, I had to remop anyways, but yeah. So make sure you're cleaning from the top, so the walls down, that way anything that's coming off of it is going to go onto the floor so that you can catch it again afterwards, and you're not doing more than you need to do. Then I'm going to start slowly bringing in this table, and it was fairly clean. I'm just going to wipe it off again just because. And then while I'm putting it together, each one I'm going to take off the old hard padding on the bottom there. And then I'm going to put on new soft padding just because it's so much easier with the kids. It's not going to scratch up the floor, and it's much quieter when I move it around because most of my cleaning is done in the evening once the kids are in bed. So I'm going to put these soft ones on, take these hard ones off of all of them. So the table, the bench, and all of the chairs. Then I'm going to make myself a tea because I've been working hard and I earned it. I have this loose leaf tea. It's called yerba mate. It's really big with my family. They're from South America. So they usually drink it out a different way, but I like to drink it this way. So you buy it loose leaf, and then these David tea bags are fantastic because then I don't have to do the strainer. It's just much easier than having to do like the French press or the glass teapots that have the strainer in them are so much more work to clean out. So if I do it this way, it's not so bad. So I'm going to let that cool off a little bit while I'm doing this here. Start putting the table together and continue on. after taking off all of those paddings, there's quite a bit of dust that came off of it. So I'm going to have to remop some of this area here just to make sure that it's clean. So I'm just going to remop a little bit here and move on. Now this booster seat here, we usually strap onto the table, and this booster seat has lasted 4 kids. We have moved 3 different provinces, and yeah, it's been fantastic. When they're a little bit smaller, we have them in a high chair, and then as soon as they're able to sit on their own, we switch them over to this one because it doesn't take up nearly as much space. But in the sides there, I tried to show you the crevices on the side where the tray snaps in. It just collects so much food. I know there's probably not an easier way to do that, to put it so that it snaps in, because there's 3 different settings there, but it just collects so much food. So I'm going to go through and give this one a deep clean. I took off all of the straps and I'll wash those ones separately. And then I'm going to wash every area of this one, and then I'm also going to use my toothbrush to get into all the nooks and crannies that I normally couldn't get into. I've seen where you put these in the dishwasher before, but I just prefer this one because I know that I'm cleaning it. The dishwasher won't always get into all of the nooks and crannies. It'll give it a good clean, but this way I know that I'm getting everything, and then throughout the rest of the month I can wipe it all down. Actually, okay, I'm going to be honest, I don't normally deep clean this. But when I do deep clean it, I know that it lasts for quite a while. So this one will be done. I'm going to leave it to dry and get the rest of the table going there, and then once this is dry for probably around dinner time, I can put it back on the chair. And since I just deep cleaned the vent grate in here and also the high chair, I'm going to make sure that I clean the sink really well. I don't know what you use for your stainless steel sinks. I use a bunch of different things. I like to use baking soda usually, but when I was a teenager, I used to work at a restaurant, and when we had to clean out the sinks, they were stainless steel sinks, we always had to use Comet. So it's just one of those things that I'm used to doing. Now we're going to move on to the pothos. Now this one here has been growing out of control, and I want to get some more around the house. So I'm going to propagate these ones. So what you do here is just pinch off, and in between where they're growing, the little nodes, you can snip in between and put them in water. So not the leaves there. You can see I'm trying to weed them out, but right in between, there's little nodes that grow right there. You can see that's the part that you want to keep. So you snip them right in between, and then you can put them in water, and within 30 days they should be growing tons of roots, and you can transplant them into another pot. I love having green plants around the house. It just adds so much to it. So once these babies are growing, I'm going to put them in pots, and then I'm going to hopefully get some into the bedrooms, because our bedrooms don't have any right now, but they do have a lot of sunlight, and I'm hoping to get some more plants growing in there, and those ones do well pretty much everywhere. Now we're going to do the Dyson, and if you see there, you can use a quarter or a butter knife or anything that's sharp and have that little slot, twist it to the left there, and you can get that whole thing out, so it's so much easier to clean. I know ours collects a lot of hair. We've got 3 girls with long hair in our house, so it collects hair all the time. So the easiest way that I found to clean that off is just to use the scissors to kind of snip along the sides there to get all of the hair off. I know it's gross, but it needs to be done. And then you just pop it right back in, and you'll get your butter knife back out and twist it again. And then it's so nice and clean. Now this table is all done. That's the brand new table, all set up, and the kids love having that bench there because they can all sit on it when they're having snacks and they need to share. Like I said, I've got 4 kids, so the 3 older ones can all sit on that bench there. And now my husband took the kids for a walk, so I'm going to start on dinner. We're having tacos for dinner. Now, our kids didn't used to like tacos, and then I found these, I'll show you in a minute here, these Old El Paso appetizer shells. They're like the soft shells, but they're also in a bowl, so it's like an appetizer style, but the kids love them. They used to not like tacos, and as soon as I started buying those, now they can't get enough of them. And another thing that's great about tacos for kids is that they get to make their own. So, everything's set up on the table, and it gives them kind of a sense of independence for while they're picking out their food. So we have tacos probably about once a week. The kids love tacos, and so do I. It's one of my favorite meals, so I'm glad they like them now. We're going to make some guacamole here, some lettuce, and then we're going to, this salt here is salt, but it also has garlic in it. So I don't put nearly as much garlic as I normally would into there, and it tastes delicious. For tacos, we'll cook up some ground beef, and then I also like to make beans and corn. So we have these Zeeves beans here. We usually do black beans, but I only had kidney beans. So we're going to do those ones with corn while I'm getting the rest of the stuff going here. This Neil salsa here, it's a habanero one. It's so good. It's all organic as well. Then I'm going to shred the cheese, and then you can see my kids are back from their walk, so they're starting to grab things and setting the table. Now this is mom life, 100%. You clean all day long and then you have dinner, and look at that. It's a mess everywhere. And then you do it all over again because you love your family and that's what you got to do. So now my husband's getting the kids ready for bed and he's putting them down. I've got the baby down, and my husband will stay with the 3 older ones while I'm getting the dishes done. So I'm going to clean everything yet again for probably the 3rd or 4th time today. Put everything away and then move on to the dishes. So I don't mop every day. I definitely mop. I try to mop once a week for sure, like with the actual mop. And then I use the steam mop throughout the week, but I don't do it every night. And you can tell there's 2 of my kids that are really messy. The 2 youngest are super messy. You can see, it looks like there's like nothing in like 4 of the spots, and then 2 of the spots are just crazy. So I'll take like a wipe and I'll go around and wipe those areas where they were, just to kind of save the floor and save me from mopping. Although this one after tacos, I should have just mopped because I did almost the entire floor anyways. I went into the store to grab bananas the other day and they had a bunch of clearance stuff. The cranberry sauce was 24 cents. So I'm just going to show you how much everything was. The organic pumpkin pie mix, 24 cents as well. So I bought some of those, and they didn't expire close to it either. They were just getting rid of them. The pomelos were on a great sale, so I bought a few of those. The kids have been eating so many pomelos. And then this popcorn here that I'm going to show you in a second was on clearance at the dollar store for 50 cents. There was white cheddar and Himalayan salt one. We love popcorn, and if I don't have to pop it myself, it's even better. And then I'm going to put away some of the pomegranates, move some things around. And then this juice here was at the dollar store for 75 cents on clearance. We don't drink a lot of juice, but when we do, it's clearance juice. And then I'm just kind of tidying up here, and this screwdriver set is one of the best things ever. We got it from my husband's work, like out west somewhere, but it has a slot for all of the different sockets or whatever those additions are. So it has a handle and then the socket set that goes with it. This one I found at the dollar store too. It was 4 different spices in one, which is nice because you don't ever really need a lot of them. These granola bars here, 24 cents. They're all organic. Same thing, 25 cents. It's a really nice way to try some of these organic bars before buying them, just to make sure that you like them. I think most of those are like between $2 to $3 each regular price. They also had these beans here for $1.25. Those ones regular price I think were $3.75. So it's a nice way to be able to try some of this stuff without having to spend a bunch of money. And we have a big family, so anytime that I can find anything on sale, I make sure to grab quite a few of them just because we eat a lot of food. So now that the kitchen's cleaned up here, the living room's cleaned up, I've got my candle going, I'm going to do a little bit of prep. So we buy these bananas when they're 30 to 50% off because they're a little bit overripe. And then I either make cookies with them, peanut butter oatmeal banana cookies, and then chocolate chips. Super healthy cookies, or we put them in the freezer like this for smoothies. And then I'm going to peel a pomegranate because the kids love pomegranate, and I don't trust them to peel it because it looks like they've murdered someone after, because there's just so much. It's just red everywhere. So I make sure that I peel them first, and then they'll have a bowl of them the next day. And then I'm going to move on to all of these dishes here. So if you're still here, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you're having a great, productive day. And I would love it if you like this video. Comment below, say hi. Yeah, and I hope you've had a great day. I will see you in the next video, and have a great week.